Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Arkham Horror, the card game, doing Darkham Horror. All right, blind leading the blind. With new preparations in place, you once again enter into the dungeons to discover the truth behind your ancestor's letter. It will take many tries, but it is your duty. You feel bound to it. On the more practical side, you have more worries than just the dark dangers in the dark. Your coin is starting to run dry. Given the manor's state of disrepair, it must have been empty for years. So it is no surprise that the above-ground parts of the manor are stripped of valuables. However, during the exploration of the dungeons, most of the rooms still had their contents. You surmise that any looters likely found the dungeons too dangerous for their liking. You should collect what you can so you can continue to finance your expedition once you return to the surface. You reach the entrance once more. When you step into the darkness, you are greeted by the cold air in the dungeons, damp and stale. The absolute silence is suffocating, but much worse horrors lie in the dark. Nashua. Sorry about that. That tickling in the throat again. If Nashua Hazan is an expedition member, proceed to Intro 2. The climate here is colder than what I am used to, and the dungeons are always even worse. Nashua pulls her scarf in tighter and wraps her arms around herself. You want to know about that thing which lives in these dungeons. Over the course of a number of encounters with it, we tried many methods such as cauterization, poison, various metals, types of magic, but as is so infuriatingly often the case, it was serendipity that we discovered something that made a more permanent mark on the abomination. I was trying to comfort a colleague who believed he was being haunted by an angry spirit when the shuffling horror wandered around the corner. By instinct, I attempted to shrivel it, and surprisingly, it worked. The difference, we concluded, was the sealing ritual I had cast on the area. The Shira is a rite of containment I learned in my homeland and is used for tethering spirits to a single physical location, which can only mean the horror itself is partly composed of some sort of spirit trapped in the mortal realm. Though the implications are immense, the bottom line is that I can help you destroy its physical form, and in doing so, we can free the spirit from its torment. All right, as for the setup, there's a lot to it. So yeah, we're going to have our dungeon supplies, which I already have set up. Also, when I, last session, when I did die, I was supposed to remove one of these chances off, but I completely forgot, but it didn't really matter. All right, over here. If we have Nashua Hazan in the expedition, we can go ahead and just click this thing. Place. So with that gets these into play. I don't need to worry about them because I already have them both. This one will go here. And then the other one. There you are. And she doesn't take up a slot, which is great. All right, so yeah, what it's saying here is if go through the deck, pull it out, and put it into play. Same thing for the other thing. And then it sets which shuffling core we're going to be using, which is going to be Unleash Fear. And then it also sets our Under the Torchlight version 2. Yeah, we're going to be doing Under the Torchlight version 2, and then that's all we got going on there. We're going to have 3 damage on the scenario reference card because of light, because we got that mechanic again. Not a big deal. All right, we're going to put the stairwell in play. And we're going to, of course, start at it. And we need to set up the deck. This one's going to be a bit more wacky. The instructions are over here, conveniently. All right, so we're going to take shuffle 1, 2, 3, and then take the arbitoire, or whatever it's called, and shuffle it. And then we're going to shuffle this and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuffle it one more time, and then put everything on top. I'm hoping that didn't break anything. I'm going to go ahead and just redo it, because I think it may have broke. There was a weird lag that was happening while I was hitting the shuffle button, and I moused over to something else. So I'm just going to make sure that doesn't do what it's supposed to do. You can put this in your hand. I believe that resets it. There we go. Okay, so this is the abattoir. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuffle. And then this on top. So that should work. Hopefully that works. If not, it's not the end of the world because I plan on exploring everything anyway. Or try to. As you can probably tell, there are a lot of rooms, 17 locations. None of them are set aside. Yeah. Introduction to Legacy, it's essentially victory, but it doesn't give experience. Instead, it's just used for whatever this... It's essentially representing what we're... money. We're trying to get, like, resources and money from this. Very similar to the game where you're grinding out that stuff. Alright, with all that said and done, let's go ahead and put a break here. Alright, break made. Unfortunately, I did have to restart. I had an assumption about a gimmick and didn't realize what the gimmick actually was. And, don't worry, we'll get to see it plenty, unfortunately. But, I also was just kind of fumbling a lot, so I decided to go ahead and just dive into this again and start over. I did remake this deck because I had to, because I had to load the save. So I'll go ahead and shuffle this and draw. The fact I always draw ukes concerns me. I'm going to go ahead and set aside the fire extinguisher and the long shot. I'm kind of okay with the rest of this. Actually, I want to keep the fire extinguisher, but nothing else. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, and then over here, I believe I need to turn this back on. Okay. Deal to orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Already starting with 2 aces and a segment and a Grim Memoir. Don't have our Necronomicon, but that's okay. 2 easy marks, on the other hand, is a pretty good start. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and grab the... So, stairwell, dungeon corridor, 1 shroud, 4 clues. Action resign, this whole place is cursed. When this location is revealed, take the top 2 and put on above and below. So we'll go above and below. Alright. Let's go ahead and start. I'm going to start with Moko. First action. Stand together. Gain 2 resources. Draw 2 cards. Gain 2 resources. Draw 2 cards. Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to go ahead and get out the fire extinguisher. And then I'm going to spend... I'm going to go ahead and investigate, going 2 to 1. I pass. I will take 1 clue. Alright. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and I will fast out the segment of Onyx and use my ability to get 2 resources. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to go ahead and get Lucky Cigarette Case out, and then spend 3 to get out Grim Memoir. So that was 2 actions, 1 for that, and that was fast. And then last action, I'm going to go ahead and investigate. We'll go 7 to 1 with Grim Memoir. We pass, and I'll draw a card for Grim Memoir and 1 for Lucky Cigarette Case. And get our weakness. Okay, that actually kind of works out. Alright, no enemies, go to upkeep. Upkeep. Oh, I did succeed, so I should get a clue here. Alright. Mythos. I'll go ahead and shuffle this, and then 1 Doom. Put Lock Safe into play in your threat area. You get -1 willpower, -1 foot. Double action, discard Lock Safe. If you are in the stairwell, you can put it in the victory display instead. Legacy 1. So yeah, this is kind of like carrying out the loot that you find in the dungeon. And then we got figures in the corner. Tests foot 7. It gets -X difficulty, where X is light level. If you fail, you spawn a random set-aside copy of the shadow engaged with you. So the key word here is a random set-aside, and there's a reason why it's random. I didn't realize that part. So I'm currently 4 to 4, and I don't really have an answer for it. Yeah, we'll just go 4 to 4 and hope. We fail by 1. Alright, so we're going to spawn a random set-aside shadow. Hunter, alert, hunter, retaliate. The shadow gets -X fight and evade, where X is the light level, so it's 4/4 right now instead of 7/7. Has 3 health. After it attacks you, flip it over and resolve the text on its other side. After the shadow leaves play, set it aside out of play. And for the most part, besides that, it doesn't do any other damage. Alright, investigation phase. Alright, I'm going to start with Moko first. What is this? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attack the shadow. Originally, I thought it was not a big issue, but these shadows can actually be super dangerous. So I'm going to go ahead and try to kill it. So I'm currently 6-4. And I'm going to commit a vicious blow to go 7-4. Please work. That's -2. Unfortunately, it's not high enough for me to keep the token, but it does get rid of this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and put him back and shuffle. Alright, and then I'm going to double action, put this in the victory display. Okay, next over here with Audrey. I'm going to go ahead and fast out this segment of Onyx and use my ability to get 2 resources. I'm then going to go ahead and at this point, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the easy marks. Actually, I'll wait. I can wait. Maybe? No, it's too risky. I'll go ahead and do easy marks. Gain 2 resources. Draw a card. There it is. Actually, sorry. Yeah, it's gain 2 resources, then draw a card. And then these 2 resources are going to get put on this from the next one. And draw a card. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location with Grim Memoir. And commit a deduction. Actually, no, we're not going to do that yet. Put back whatever I was doing. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 to get out Pathfinder. And then I'm going to Pathfind move and spend a clue and a clue. We'll go down. Oh boy, it's this thing. After you reveal the portraits, this tests willpower 7, gets -X for light level, so it's 4. If you fail, you spawn a shadow. When portraits is revealed, put the top card of the deck into the play to the right. Alright, so I'm 3-4 right now, and there's not much I can do about it. I fail, I spawn a random shadow. Alright. I can try to evade him, but there's really... Actually, I can use the Alec Shira thing here, so I'm going to put that down, face down. It does say put it face down, so I get to see what the back is, which, okay. Yeah, the back here. So some of these will do very little, and then there's this guy who will hit you for 3 direct damage. So this is one we need to deal with in the future. But until the end of the round, we'll at least be okay. So for right now, let's go ahead and the Pathfind move down here, triggered this. Unfortunately, I don't think I have many other options, so I'm going to go ahead and investigate with the Grim Memoir and commit a deduction. This is going to make us 8-2. I do pass by a lot. I don't have any relics in the discard. I'll grab 2 clues and draw 2 cards. Okay, and I have enough to get that segment of Onyx out, so that's good. I'll wait until next round so I can at least try to get more resources on this thing. Alright, I still have an action remaining. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and move. I'll spend the 2 clues. Banquet Hall. Ignore the text on unrevealed locations adjacent to the Banquet Hall. When the Banquet Hall is revealed, you can put the top 3 cards into play either above, below, left, or right, and has Legacy 1. We have to go all of them, so that's fine. Above, actually, these 2 probably get swapped. Above, below, left, and right. So it'll be like this. There you go. Alright, and that is my last action. We'll go ahead and go to enemy phase. No enemies, upkeep. And this resource is going to get placed on this thing. And we get our other weakness, so we got all of them. And then I need to draw a token for this. We're fine for now, as long as it's not a skull. Mythos, second doom. All right, hazards in the dark. It's going to be a 2 to 4 test. And if I fail, I could potentially lose a bunch of resources. I'm kind of okay with losing resources right now, so we'll just go 2 to 4. All right, I fail by 3. I'm just going to lose 3 resources. And then over here, Evil Within. I will take the 2 doom. So we're at 4 out of 5 for this thing. And we got this in the victory display. Okay. Investigation phase. I'm going to start with Moko. I'm going to investigate this location 2 to 1. I pass. And then 2 to 1. I fail. I'll do live and learn, so I'm now 4 to 1. And I pass. So I got both the clues. And then I'm going to move. I kind of want to stay close by, so let's go this way. After you reveal the writing room, for each action you have remaining, take 1 horror or lose 1 action. I have no actions remaining, so take that game. When the writing room is revealed, put the top 2 cards into play above and below. So it's going to go above. Legacy 1 has 4 shroud, 2 clues. Or sorry, 4 clues. Alright, meanwhile over here, I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to get out the segment of Onyx. Oh, actually, do I want to do that yet? No, I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to investigate first. I'm going to go Grim Memoir with Perception. So 7, we are 10 to 5. We pass by a lot. I'll exhaust the Lucky Cigarette case. So I'm going to get 1 from this, 2 from this, and 1 from this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course we get a clue here. And I'm trying to think where I want to go. The map definitely gets pretty hectic just purely because of the size of this place. I mean, there's still 10 locations we can fit in this. Alright. Alright, so at this point I am going to go ahead and... So at this point we don't have much left in the practice, do we? There's 3 practice cards left. So it's possible. So I'll give it a shot. I'm going to go ahead and investigate with Grim Memoir and spend 1 to do Practice Makes Perfect. Search top 9. I got the 3 aces. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Shuffle. And then I'm going to commit the other 2 for 3 aces, which means it'll automatically pass. So I get to... let me make sure I spent the Grim Memoir charge first. Okay, yeah, I should be spending a charge from this. Sorry about that. So it doesn't matter about the value now because this is an auto success, so the difficulty is 0. So I definitely pass by 2 or more. So I get to draw a card for Grim Memoir, and then I'm going to draw 3 cards because of 3 aces. 1, 2, 3. And I get 3 resources, which are going to all get put on this. One of these is going to go in my hand because it's a pass check. I get the clue here, of course. And then I'm going to fast out this segment. Actually, I'm not going to fast it out. Or could I? Yeah, I'll fast out the segment of Onyx, and I'm going to end up discarding the Lucky Cigarette case to get out the Pendant of the Queen. Actually, No, we can do this. We can make this work. So instead of fasting it out, I am going to go ahead and spin 1 to get Shadow Lace out, and then use my ability, which will put 2 resources on this, which is going to be... It has 6 already, so this will be 2, and get that taken care of. Then I'll fast out the Segment of Onyx, because now I can make this slotless. And I'll go ahead and Pathfind move up to here. And I'm going to go ahead and use Pen of the Queen to grab a clue from here. All right. And that is everything. All right, enemy phase, upkeep. All right, at a crossroads. I'm just thinking what I want to do with that. I think I'm just going to... So yes, it's either I draw 3 cards and lose an action, or... I'm thinking of giving an action to Audrey, but that's super risky. Because I could lose something important. And we don't have any money left. And I could lose a sleight of hand, and I need every sleight of hand. So yeah, I think I'm just going to gain 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to make it so I lose an action next round. Okay. And then your upkeep. All right. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and discard the Practice Makes Perfect, because I don't think there's any practice cards left in the deck. And I think I'm going to go ahead and discard the Perception. Actually, no. I will discard the... I actually do want the Plan of Action. I'm going to discard the Grim Memoir. I'll put us at 8. Okay. Mythos. It's going to advance because we sped it up. Light fades. Nashua exclaims a hushed warning. I think I hear it behind us. Sure enough, in the silence, you can hear the same shuffling noise as last time. Nashua begins to incant something under her breath. Lower the light level. I'm going to pop a torch for that, so it doesn't lower. And then spawn the Shuffling Horror. So this guy is pretty much the same. The only difference now is he has 16 health, and as long as somebody controls Alex Shira and Nashua Hassan, we can hurt it. You don't have to be in the same location as it. Just someone has to have it out and play. Also, I do need to resolve the Rite of Containment. I'm okay. It's 1 token per monster that's on this, by the way. So right now I have 1 monster on it. All right. Under the Torchlight version 5, the dungeons are pitch black. You fear that you would never make it out if you were to run out of fuel for your torches. Hurry to complete your task before your sole source of illumination fades. Good to know. All right. Let's go ahead and do Mythos. Okay, this is the horror one. I'm right now 3 of 4. Yeah, 3 to 4. I'm going to go ahead and commit a take the initiative and go 6 to 4. Good to go. And then over here, Manservant, nearest corridor location. That is actually right here. Manservant, humanoid monster curse, 2 fight, 2 evade, 2 health, hunter. Manservant only hunts and engages investigators at its location or connecting locations. Even if they are mindless drones now, the taste of blood is enough to send them into a frenzy. Okay, we'll go ahead and go into investigation phase. So I think I'm going to have to go and deal with the manservant. I think that's going to be the plan of action. So I'm going to go ahead and move Moko over and get engaged by this guy. And then I'm going to fight him with the fire extinguisher and go 6 to 2. Okay, he is dead. All right. And then for Audrey, I'm going to spend 2 to go ahead and get out the research librarian, get the Necronomicon, and then I'm going to Pathfind move over to here. Actually, do I want to Pathfind yet? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't provoke attacks. Let's go ahead and investigate this location first before I Pathfind move. I'm going to go Perception plus Quick Thinking. So that's going to be 9 to 4. We pass. I get to draw 3 cards with Lucky Cigarette Case. 1, 2, 3. And also I get an action back with Quick Thinking. Like so. I'm then going to go ahead and also we get a clue here. I'm going to go ahead and gain a resource. Actually, I don't think I need to gain resource. We have stuff to play around with now. Let's go ahead and investigate again. Actually, I will go ahead and do Easy Mark. Gain 2 resources, draw a card. Thank you. All right. And then I'm going to investigate. I'm going to go Plan of Action with Deduction and Quick Thinking. This is my third. This is actually my 4th action thanks to Quick Thinking. So I am currently 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We pass by a lot. I get both clues here. And then I get an action back. All right. I'm going to go ahead and Pathfind move now. I'm going to do Knowledge is Power and reveal the Necronomicon in my hand and use it to activate its 4-cost ability and do 3 damage. I'm not going to discard it. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to fast out a Sleight of Hand, discard the Grim Memoir because I only have 1 hand, and bring out the Necronomicon. And then I'm going to spend 4 charges, or 4 secrets rather, to do another 3 damage. And then I'm going to use the last 2 charges to draw 2 cards. Actually, no, sorry, I'm not going to draw 2 cards. You know what? Why not? I will draw 2 cards. All right. And then I will go ahead and do Knowledge is Power again. Necronomicon out in play. Do 3 damage. So it's 9 out of 16. So the first time I did this, I completely ignored this guy because 16 damage with just Moko was not happening. But this, on the other hand, is a different story. Okay, and then that leaves me with 1 action remaining. I will go ahead and try to evade him, and I'm going to commit a Research Librarian. This is going to make it 5 to 3. We pass, and he's evaded. Okay, that'll save me a Pin to the Queen charge because I'm going to cycle through the deck anyway. And we can make that happen. Alright, enemy phase, he's not going to attack because he's exhausted. Upkeep, self-destructive, we need to get rid of that. We are going to take 1 horror, which I'm going to put on the Research Librarian. Alright, and then at the end of the round, I do need to do this. I'm good. First Doom. this guy on exhaust, by the way. So we did 9 damage to him. Oh, also the Necronomicon goes back in my hand. All right. We can do another 3 easily enough, and then we can hopefully have Moko help out. Low on rations, we can either take a damage, lose a resource, or spend a supply from a food asset an investigator at the location controls. Moko can lose a resource, and honestly, so can Audrey. And we got murked. That's fine. All right, investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and start with Audrey. I'm going to spend 2 actions to get rid of Moko's self-destructive. It doesn't provoke because this guy doesn't make a tax opportunity. I'm going to spend 1 to do sleight of hand again and bring out the Necronomicon. I'm going to spend 4 of it to do 3 damage, and then spend the last 2 to draw 2 cards. Okay. Next, I will go ahead and Pathfind move up here, and I'll spend 2 clues. Service corridor. I think this is our first time with it. This is another corridor location. With an action, you can actually move to a different service corridor if there's one in play. 2 shroud, 2 clues, and when this location is revealed, you put 1 to the right, which we already have. So actually, we could probably shift everything over like this way, because it looks like we don't need to worry about things to our left at all. Okay. I still have actions remaining, so I will go ahead and move again and spend 2 clues to get over here. All right, the other service corridor, which is going to put it to the right. Yep, so we're good to go on that front. Okay, so I got a lot of forks here, which is kind of crazy. Do I want to go ahead and just get the... I think I will go ahead and grab a clue while I'm out here. Actually, no, we'll hold on to it. I'd rather use it for somewhere else. This will go back in my hand at the end of the round, or end of the turn. Goes to Moko. So this guy has 4 health left. So as long as I kill him, we got this. He does have Retaliate, which is scary. I can hit him for 2 damage, or I can hit him with 3 with that. We can go 6 to 3. I'll just go 6 to 3 and hope I don't get retaliated. That's -2, so 4 to 3, so not enough to get the victory. One more time. Alright, so I do kill it. I do, yeah, that's 4 damage in total thanks to Fire Extinguisher, so that is a kill. We've killed the Shuffling Horror. I've never done that before. Yay, victory. Alright, last action, I'm going to move up. Because I need to get clues off of you. So I'm going to use Moko to get the clues off the service corridors and kind of go from there. So far, so good, I guess. Yeah, I literally had that thing chasing me the entire time the first time I did it, because I didn't have a way of killing it reliably. Also, I was spending a lot of time dealing with the shadows. So, no enemies, upkeep, and then draw a token. We're still fine. Alright, Mythos, second Doom. Imagine Horror. This is going to spawn a shadow if we don't deal with it. We'll take the initiative. So I'm 6 to 4. And we're good. Manservant, nearest corridor, which is unfortunately here. Okay. I could put him on the thing, but I'm not going to. Let's think about how I want to do this. I'm going to start with Moko. I'm going to spend an action investigating 2 to 2. I pass 2 to 2. I pass. Okay, well, we get both clues normally. All right, so that gets me 2 clues, and then I'm just going to move. All right, as for over here, I can evade him, and I think I am going to do that. We'll go 4 to 2. Evaded, and I pass by 2, so I draw a card. I'm going to Pathfind move and spend 2 clues. After you reveal the laundry room, test willpower 7. If you fail, so minus X based off light. Each point you fail by, you'll either take a horror or discard a card. Okay. 16 cards left in the deck. I'll go ahead and spend the 1 to do practice makes perfect and see if we can get anything. Search top 9. Good luck. Got it. I'm going to go 3 aces and commit the other 3 aces to auto succeed. So we don't suffer any horror or discard cards. We draw 3 cards. I need to shuffle first. 1, 2, 3. I gain 3 resources. One of these goes in my hand. The others do not. Okay. And this place is put a top 2 cards above and to the right. So one's going to go here, and one's going to go here. So we have this little center area that's not going to be connected to anything, it looks like. All right. In the meantime, let's go ahead and we have 9 cards in our hand. Yep, 9 cards in our hand. Okay. Let's go ahead and investigate. No. I mean, we could, but that's not going to be the best option, I don't think. How do I want to do this? Because I'm going to end up getting a 10th card in my hand no matter what. And then I have to discard a bunch of stuff. Let's go ahead and pin to the queen. Grab a clue here. Let's go ahead and investigate. Committing a perception. This is going to make us 8 to 3. Draw 2 cards. We get a clue. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to do sleight of hand. Get out the Necronomicon. I'm going to use all 6 clues, 6 charges to grab 2 clues from this. And then last action, I am going to go ahead and easy mark. 2 resources, draw a card. 2 resources, draw a card. 2 resources, draw a card. Okay, that works. All right. I like this new setup I have for Audrey. It's a lot. It's just it works so well. It's also why it's heavily nerfed. It's heavily tabooed. All right. That was everybody on the investigation phase. Enemies, everyone's exhausted. Upkeep, this guy's going to engage you. You're at 8. And, okay, I literally have nothing I can pull out for this. I'm going to go ahead and discard the Research Librarian. All right. Reveal a token. Good to go. Mythos, Torchlight is going to dim. Your torch flickers briefly and you're reminded of the horrors that lie in the dark. You are running out of fuel and should leave before your reserves run dry. I'm going to go ahead and spend the other torch to resolve that, and we'll keep on going. This guy is going to engage and gain a doom. And turned around. Test book 4. If you fail, take 1 horror and move to the nearest corridor location. I've actually never seen this card before. I'm currently 5 to 4. And I'm going to commit a perception. Oh, this should have gone in my hand, by the way. So I actually had one more card in my hand. I'll discard a Grim Memoir. Okay. But yeah, I'll go ahead and commit a perception for this. So this is going to be 8 to 4. We pass, draw 2 cards. Get you. All right, investigation phase. Oh boy. All right. We're getting there. Little by little. All right. So I think first things first, I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 to go ahead and get out the Grim Memoir. I'm going to go ahead and Pathfind move to the right. And I will spend the 2 clues for that. Empty room. Ignore the text on empty rooms. Oh, I did make a mistake here. I think. Oh, I did. I did make a mistake here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I didn't make a mistake. So the banquet hall, you can actually ignore the text for it, so you don't actually have to pay anything. But unfortunately, I entered it from Moko from the stairwell, so it actually did cost clues. Anyway, back to here. 1 shroud, 0 clues. Gives you legacy 1 just for finding it. Ignore text on unrevealed locations. Put a top card of the deck either below or to the right. I'll put it below. Okay. Next, I will go ahead and move, and I don't have to use any clues for it. Theater. After you end your turn in the theater, if you discover 1 more clues here this turn, take 1 horror and discover 1 clue. It's a reaction, so you don't have to do it. Put the top 3 cards above, below, and to the right. All right, so we at least connected these. All right. What do we have in the deck still? Perceptions are done. Deductions are not. Okay, so I should have a deduction still in here, right? Okie dokie. I will go ahead and investigate using the Grim Memoir. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to use Pin of the Queen and grab a clue from here. These get shuffled back in. Also, 1 more second. Okay, sorry, I was just verifying when I got this. Sorry, there's so much stuff going on. Okay, so shuffled bees back in. And then I will go ahead and investigate this location using Grim Memoir. And I am going to do Practice Makes Perfect. So search the entire deck because there's only 7 cards left, and I'll pick this deduction. This is going to make us 8 to 3. We pass by plenty. We get 2 clues here. I will draw a card because of Grim Memoir. Draw a card because of Cigarette Case. This goes in my hand because of Practice Makes Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to get out fast out this segment of Onyx and use my ability to get 2 resources onto this thing. Like so. Alright, and then at the end of your turn, I could shake 1 horror to discover 1 clue. I will go ahead and do that. Alright. So again, we have a little bit too many cards in our hand, but that's okay. I'll probably discard the plan of action if I have to. Alright, meanwhile over here, let's first, okay, we're somewhat okay. I'll go ahead and take a swing at the collected, 6 to 2. Kills it. 6 to 2 to the manservant. Kills it. And then I'm going to investigate this location. 2 to 2. I fail by 2, so I'll go ahead and spin 2 to get look what I found out and grab 2 clues. Okay. So 4 locations left. Alright. Let's go enemy phase, no enemies, upkeep. This will of course move 1 resource to this thing. I'll get rid of plan of action. Mythos. Oh, I do take 1 direct damage from Psychosis. I apologize. In fact, the 1 horror I took, I can actually put on this person. Okay. Also, I need to do this thing. We are okay. Not a skull. Alright, first doom. Another collected. This one's aloof. And Dangers of the Dark. For each point I fail by, I take 1 damage or lose 1 resource. Okay. At this point, I'm, 4-4? I want to go ahead and commit a Savant and a Quick Thinking. So this is going to make us 8-4. We pass. I get to draw a card with Lucky Cigarette Case. And I get an action I have to take immediately. So for that immediate action, I am going to go ahead and investigate with Grim Memoir and commit a deduction. So this is going to make us 7-8-3. I do pass, and since I revealed a skull, I can go ahead and activate this and heal 1 damage. And I grab the 2 clues from here. And that was just from the quick thinking. All right. Meanwhile, over here, I'm gonna go ahead and have Moko. What directions do I want to go? I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 actions moving down to here. And then 1 action getting out the other fire extinguisher, just in case. Alright, and then over here, I am going to go ahead and fast out the segment of Onyx and use my ability to put 2 resources on this. And I'm going to Pathfind move downward. And see where that puts us. Hey, it's the freezer. After you reveal the freezer, test foot 7, gets -X based off the light level. If you fail, spawn a shadow. If the freezer is revealed, put the top 2 below and to the right. Be below and then to the right. Alright, 4 cards left in this. I do need to make a test. I'm 4-4 right now. Not much I can do about it. I actually passed. Thank God. I don't want to deal with more of these guys. Okay. In the meantime, I will go ahead and we'll go ahead and investigate. I'll go Grim Memoir and commit a deduction. 8-3. I pass. Get a clue. Or sorry, get 2 clues. Draw a card. Alright, means the last card is the segment of Onyx. Alright. Yep. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and investigate again with Grim Memoir. We'll commit a quick thinking. We're now 8-3. I autofail? Of course I did. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and investigate one more time. We'll go 5-3. Get 1 clue. Alright. No enemies. Upkeep. This will, of course, give us a resource on this. Alright. Draw a token. Not a skull symbol. Alright, second of 3. Unprepared. Choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Take 1 horror or spend a supply. At this point, Moko can take a horror. And I'm going to spend a supply off of Audrey. Then over here, if you fail, you'll take horror and then get punished badly. I'm going to go ahead and do let me handle this. Take it over here. So I'm now 5-4. And I'll commit Elite Cleaver to go 6-4. Just barely a pass. Alright, investigation. I'm going to go ahead and start with Moko. Let's go ahead and... This is a banquet hall, so I don't actually have to spend clues. So I'm going to go to the unexplored room to the right first. Guest room. When the guest room is revealed, put the top card of the dungeon deck into play above or to the right. And this has Legacy 1, 2 Shroud, 2 Clues. I'll go ahead and investigate this location. It'll be 2-2. I fail by 2, so I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to get look what I found. I'll grab the 2 clues here. And then I'm going to move and spend 2 clues to see what this place is. After you reveal the servant's quarters, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a manservant and spawn it engaged with you. Shuffle the encounter deck. And then it doesn't matter about the placement because this is in the middle. Counter deck and discard pile. So this will be engaged with us. So it's going to hit us once, which is fine. I mean, I could probably help out if I need to, but honestly, Moko's doing just fine. All right. We do eventually need to deal with the things over there. But that's okay. Meanwhile, Audrey is going to go ahead and spend 1 and use my ability to do Segment of Onyx and get rid of this. Because it has 8 now. Get out our Pendant of the Queen. All right. We'll go 5-3 on the investigate. We pass, and I can heal for 1 thanks to Hassan here. Grab 1 clue. I'm gonna Pathfind move. We'll just go down. Kennels. If you fail a skill test while investigating the kennels, take damage equal to the light level. When the kennels are revealed, put the top 3 cards above, below, and to the right. So it's actually below that has to go. All right. Let's. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna set this aside. It's gonna be a little awkward. It's gonna be like that. Actually, it says or, so I guess I can actually pick. So I'll put it over here. Hey, I actually managed to fit this. That's amazing. It's a little awkward because there are dead ends, though. All right. The kennels is a pain because if you can get hurt really badly here. I think I'm going to go ahead and spend... Actually, I'm going to wait. I mean, I can go 5-2 right now. Yeah, I'll go 5-2. Investigate. We pass. I will use like a cigarette case to take a horror. Which unfortunately is going to hit my psychosis again, so I'll take a damage, shuffle, and draw. Okay. So we got that. So that does get us a clue. Alright, I don't remember if I actually spent the clues to actually reveal this, so I'm just going to do that now. I have too many clues to begin with, so it's not really a big deal. Yeah, at this point we just want to go through locations that actually have victory or legacy. Alright. Do I want to go ahead and risk it? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do Sleight of Hand. And use it to get up Necronomicon. I'll use all 6 to grab 2 clues. And then I will take an action to go ahead and investigate, 5-2. And I'll use Pin of the Queen to grab 1 more clue. Alright, and then this will go back in my hand. Alright, I am going to take 1 and 1 in the enemy phase because of Manservant. Upkeep. Upkeep. And not a skull, so we're good. Alright, light dims. So this time we actually... Oh, I need to actually put the damage thing on this. Sorry about that. Should be at 2. Because it just dimmed, and I don't have any torches left. Alright, let's keep it going. Alright, so now it's a 5 willpower check. And I'm going to fail it. And I failed it. So this is going to spawn a random shadow. I already know the bad ones with Audrey, so I'll take what I can get. Locked door's going to go on this. Okay. Okay, that means we need to deal with that in a different way. Alright. Meanwhile, over here with Moko, what do I want to do for this? I could do long... Well, this guy has 5 fight now. Let's deal with the manservant first. We'll go 6 to 2. I'll go 6 to 2 again. Holy crap. 6 to 2? Alright, at least we killed you. God damn. Alright. So that shadow's going to hit me no matter what. And I mean, I could get rid of it with the Pendant and the Queen, but I'm not going to do that. Alright. In that case, let's go 5 to 2. Alright, we do get the clue. I am going to go ahead and Pathfind move. I'll spend the 2 clues to reveal this location. This is the oven. After you reveal the oven, test foot 7, gets minus X difficulty based off the light level. If you fail, you can take damage or lose resources. When the oven is revealed, doesn't really matter. Okay. So with that in mind, let's do... I am 4 to 5 right now, and there's not much I can do about it. I passed it with the +1. Good. I am going to go ahead and sleight of hand this Necronomicon out and use that to get rid of all the clues on this. And then I'm going to move, spending 2 clues to reveal whatever this is. After you reveal the web corridor, for each action you have remaining, take 1 damage or lose 1 action. Okay. I will take 1 damage. And then I'm going to move 1 more time. And reveal this location. So another service corridor, which is kind of helpful. Not really, because that collected in the way. Alright. So there you go. So the only place we don't have revealed is the top there and the bottom there. And I'm pretty sure the bottom is probably going to have that special location that's going to be annoying. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to use Pendant of the Queen to teleport to here. Alright. Enemy phase, this guy's going to flip. Dark hallucinations. As fatigue sets in, you let your guard down for the briefest moment and lose track of the shadow. In panic, you turn around and try to find it again, only to see it lunge at you with its pitch black claws. You brace yourself, but nothing happens. Turns out it was just a figment of your imagination. Take 1 direct horror, then flip this card back over and set it aside out of play. So take 1 horror, and it gets set aside. Okay, enemy upkeep. Upkeep. Hey, it's one of those. Oh, also this Necronomicon should be back in my hand. And then, of course, we need to do a check here. Okay, we did not loot. We still have this Shadow Demon kept at bay. Mythos, first Doom. One second. Okay, I was just making sure. Since we're at 2 light now, skulls are now -3. But it shouldn't matter against what we were fighting earlier. Okay. So we added the Doom already. Let's go. Esquire, nearest corridor location. Hunter retaliate. Most damage is the prey. After Esquire is dealt damage while it's exhausted, it is defeated. Has 4 health, 2 fight, 4 evade. Hits for 2 damage and 1 horror. Good times. So nearest corridor location. I believe that is up here. Actually, it's a tie. Stairwell counts as well. So I'll put it at the stairwell. Technically, I can also do all the way at the service corridor. The other service corridor, rather. So yeah, it's a 3-way tie, actually. We can put it down here for now. And then over here. Imagine horror. Okay, we get to deal with you. I'm 3 to 5 now. There's not much I can do about it. I auto-failed too. Alright, shuffle, get another one of these shadows. I'm going to put it in the pile. So now I'm going to have to draw 2 tokens, but that's okay. Or actually, you know what? Sorry, which one was this one? Yeah, this is Dark Hallucination. Actually, I'll spawn it. I'm fine with that. Alright, investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and do Knowledge is Power and do 3 damage to this thing and kill it with Necronomicon. I'm then going to Pathfind move and spend 2 clues. To reveal this location, Wine Cellar gets plus X Shroud, where X is the light level. When the light is revealed, blah, 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 blah. It has a Legacy and Victory. Good times. Cool. Let's get to work on this. Currently, it has only 2 Shroud, so it's going to be 5 to 2 for now. So let's go ahead and first, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to do Research Librarian and grab the Grim Memoir from this. And then I'm going to investigate 5 to 2. Unfortunately, that's not enough. We were close, though. We get 1 clue here. All right, we'll go ahead and investigate again, 5 to 2. I pass. I do get to do Lucky Cigarette Case and get 1 clue. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab a clue from the servants' quarters using the Pendant of the Queen. And then that's going to get shuffled back in. Okay. Moko. I'm going to go ahead and have you just move twice to here. And then last action, I'm going to have you play the Chair's Keepsake. Alright, enemy phase. This guy will move down. Upkeep. Upkeep. Mythos. Second Doom. Alright, we're almost out of Torchlight. Unprepared. Either take a horror or spend supplies or nonsense. Okay. I will spend a food supply. I'm okay with that. And I'm fine with taking a horror here. And then for you, same situation, but damage. I'll take the damage on the Researcher Librarian. And I'm actually kind of okay with taking the damage here. Actually, you can lose a resource. You're good to go on that. Alright, investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to get out the Segment of Onyx and use my ability to get 2 resources back. Oh, also I didn't do the shadow. I'll go ahead and do that now. We're good. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to do Practice Makes Perfect. Search top 9. I'll grab the Perception. Alright, we're going to be 8 to 1. We pass by a lot. 2 cards. Hey, there's our weakness again. This should have gone in our hand, sorry. And then I draw another card with Lucky Cigarette Case. Alright. And that should have gotten us a clue. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location with Perception. Draw 2 cards. Get 1 clue. We have, what, 8 cards in our hand now? We got to keep this in our hand. All right. I'm going to go ahead and investigate again. We're just going to go 5 to whatever. 5 to 2. I'll commit a grim memoir. Go 6 to 2. Just in case I get the tablet again. All right. Okay. I think I'll go and deal with this guy now. I'm going to go ahead and move over. Get engaged. I'm going to go ahead and fight 6 to 2 with fire extinguisher. Is that actually enough? So I have 5 plus 1, 6 minus 2. And I beat it by 2. If it's at succeed by at least the light level, yeah, we're good to go. We got it. So I'll remove the tablet, and I'm going to represent that with this marker. Okay, and that did 2 damage here. And then I'm going to attack one more time and kill it. This guy does have legacy, so he goes into the legacy thing. And we're good to go on that front. All right, upkeep, because enemies aren't going to do anything. All right, we're good on the ceiling, and we do advance again, and we're down to 1 light. So we got to get done in 3 rounds, essentially. Perhaps a little less, because of there is an evil within as well. So we got to get ready. Mythos. Marked. Figures in the corner. All right, we got to do this again. I'm 4 to 5 right now. I'll commit a savant and go 7 to 5. And I fail it. I do reveal this during a skill test, so I do heal a damage, but I do spawn a shadow as well. Okie dokie. Oh, also the resource I gained should be on this card. All right. Let's go ahead and move twice, and I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 clues to reveal whatever this is, which I already know it's going to be this. When it comes into play, put the top 2 cards of the dungeon deck, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter for that. At the end of the current round, each investigator spawns a random version of the set-aside Formless Flesh, and enemies engage with them. 2 Shroud, 2 clues. So we'll go ahead and get that ready. And it doesn't matter where you're at, it just spawns them at people. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. I'm going to commit 2 resourcefuls. And that's all I can commit. So I'll be 4 to 4, and I have to hope I don't get a skull. Fuck off. Fuck off, game. Alright, unfortunately, we're going to miss this victory. We're not going to get it in time. Meanwhile, over here, I'm going to go ahead and do Knowledge is Power and kill this guy off. I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. I'm now 5 to 1. Okay, we get the last clue here. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. We missed 1 legacy here, a legacy here, and a victory. And that's all we missed. I think that's probably good. We did also kill the Shuffling Horror, so that kind of makes up for it. So I'm going to go ahead and Pathfind move. Oh, also, I can draw a card from Lucky Cigarette Case. Okay. Move down. And then I'm going to move and move. Okay. And that is everybody. Upkeep. upkeep. This resource goes over here. And then at the end of this, at the end of the round, each investigator spawns a random version of the set-aside Formless Flesh. I'll shuffle this. You get this one, you get this, and you get this one. You got the Heart. When the enemy phase ends, each investigator tests Willpower 3. This enemy attacks each investigator who fails. So this triggers no matter what. And then this thing is the back. So the back is 3 fight, 3 evade, 4 health. After it attacks you, you lose all your resources. It's for 1 and 1. It had become a mountainous, twitching mass of misshapen flesh fusing itself together in the darkness. Alright, and then we got Formless Flesh, the Heart. When the enemy phase ends, each investigator tests... Yeah, I already talked about that. Spasmically squirming, braying, and snorting half-corpses were heaped upon each other. Until at last I was rid of them. Okay. Also, I need to reveal this. Okay. Still didn't reveal a skull. Okay. Mythos. First Doom. Hidden Cache. Okay. If I bring this back, I can get some stuff out of it. But currently, it's giving me -1 book and fist. So yeah, you can discard this and get more legacy. And then we got the Collected, which is going to say hi to us. Okay. That's sort of a problem. Yeah, that Collected is a problem. And I don't know if I have a solution for him. My Savant's already used, isn't it? Savant is used. I can just take the damage and lose all my resources, which is probably what I have to do. Alright, so I'm going to move twice with Moko. I'm going to lose the Keepsake, take a Horror, take 2 damage, lose all my resources, and then move up to this guy. And then I'm going to attack the Collected. I'm right now 5-3. I'll commit a Stunning Blow and go 6-3 with a long shot. Okay, so I do 3 damage, or sorry, I don't need a long shot, sorry. I only need this. So 2 damage will kill this. So we're good to go on that. Okay, so that buys a round for what it's worth. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'll try to... I can't even evade it, can I? Yes, I can. I'll go ahead and spend a resource to do Practice Makes Perfect to evade the Formless Flesh. Search top 9. I will pick this Quick Thinking. Or not Quick Thinking, this 3 aces. Commit the other 2, and I auto-succeed. 3 resources are going to go on this thing. Draw 3 cards. And you're now evaded. I mean, it's either that or I just move with it. Which wouldn't kill me either, but I've already done the action, so. Alright, so I evaded it. I'll go ahead and Pathfind move, and I think I'm just going to resign. Oh, also I can do Lucky Cigarette Case, so I'll just do that now. Yeah, it's not going to make a difference. Alright, so I'm going to move on over. And I'm going to get out of here. So I'll resign. This mark goes away, this goes away, this goes away. Unfortunately, this also means this goes away, and this guy's going to spawn here. But that's okay. So, done with you. Goes to enemy phase. This guy's going to hit me for 1 and 1 again. which is going to force me to use up a chance and get revived. And then this guy's going to come and say hi and flip him over. Shadow Demon. As fatigue sets in, you let your guard down for the briefest moment, and you lose track of the shadow. In panic, you turn around and try to find it again, only to see it lunge at you with pitch black claws. You brace yourself. For a few moments, you realize the shadow is no longer in the room with you. Was it just your imagination after all? It was only a few steps later that you feel a warmth spreading across your abdomen. It was very real. Take 3 direct damage. And then you get shuffled back in. Alright. And then I do get hit. I already did the 1-in-1. And then this guy is going to get engaged with me. And then when the enemy phase ends, I have to do a 3-3 test. I'm going to commit a stand together and go 5-3. And commit Pete Sylvester, go 6-3. I pass. I'm good to go on that front. Upkeep. Alright. Mythos. Moment of truth. Collector. Aww. Wait, I could do it. This is going to spawn a random collected. Do we even have a random collected left? Nope. It's in the discard. We've murdered all of them. Wait, are you sure? Oh yeah, that's because there's one up there. Yeah. I'll go ahead and grab the collected here. Spawn it with a Doom. And we don't need to draw anything for Audrey because she escaped. Okay. Alright. Then let's we can get this victory then. We might be okay. It's 6-4. Yeah, either way it's gonna well. Yeah, we can make this work. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the fire extinguisher on the collector. Right now we are 5-4 thanks to the freaking hidden cache. So yeah, 5-4, 6-4, 7-4. That's what I'm committing. And here it goes. This is on the collector. Alright, we kill it. I can take a damage to heal a horror. Sure. So that's going to kill her again. Use up another chance. Shuffle this into the deck. Shuffle this into the deck. Okay. So we do 2 damage and like doubly evade it. But more importantly, it dies and goes there. I'm going to move. I'm going to get hit for 1. I'm going to get hit for 3 damage and 2 horror. This is why I healed myself with the Elder Sign. And then I will spend the last action to resign, which doesn't provoke. And unfortunately, we won't get the hidden cache with us. So yeah, good to go. Just let me verify one thing. Actually, I didn't even heal. I did actually forget to heal the horror. So either way, we do have... we resign as the final action and get the hell out of here. Okay, that was just pure chaos. I'm pretty sure I made some sort of crazy, wacky mistakes, but holy cow, this is so much. I do like the fact that this is like big-ass dungeon, but this is only scenario 3. This is huge. Alright, let's, we did Everyone Resigned. Humans were never meant to be in complete darkness, and as you slowly grope around in eternal dark dungeons, you completely lose track of the passage of time. Hunger, thirst, and fatigue are your only guides. As your supplies start to wane, you decide to return to the surface, and when you merge with all that you've gathered, the sun is just breaking the horizon. Resolution 2. You take in a deep breath, and moisture from the morning mist fills your lungs. You managed to come out of the dungeons this time with what you hope will fund the next. Fairies' portraits, documents, crests fill your cases, ready to find a buyer. However, you sense trouble brewing. At first, you thought nothing of it, but it's unmistakable. The smell of smoke. Alarmed, you hasten out of the estate grounds, and your fears are confirmed when you lay eyes on the hamlet. There are already several buildings on fire, and you can hear distant screams and musket shots. There is no time to lose. You hurry back to the hamlet. Your weary bodies will have to manage for just a little longer. If the shuffling horror is vulnerable to light, we don't need to worry about it. If the shuffling horror is in play or set aside, record in your campaign log that it's still alive. If it's in the victory display, record that the shuffling horror is dead. So honestly, getting the shuffling horror killed is, hopefully a good thing. Because that took a lot of effort. A lot of reading of the Necronomicon. For each legacy point in the victory display, record 1 tally mark under heirlooms recovered. Okay, so let's go in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 heirlooms. I don't know if that's a lot, because I don't know what the heirlooms actually do yet. Taking a toll, we get weaknesses. Let's do that again. Moko first. The thing that follows? Or indebted? I'll take the thing that follows, because it just spawns away from us. Indebted is a little too... Actually, you know what? Indebted, I think I'll take. I'll take indebted, simply because I don't really need the money that badly for Moko. And it doesn't get shuffled into the deck. Alright, and then for Audrey, drawing the sign, that one's terrible. And through the gates. That one's going to be bad. Both of these suck. We're going to have to take through the gates, which is going to gradually purge her deck, which there's not much I can do about it. This can very well cripple her. Alright. And then we get Victory. It's Victory X. So I'm going to go ahead and re-add the tablet before I forget. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to count it again. 1. I believe there's one up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 experience. And Audrey will get 9. Question is what do I do with 7 experience? We can get a sweeping kick. Brute force. Probably going to do, cryptic research. Yep, I think I'm going to do cryptic research. 2 of those. And a savant. We'll see what that puts us. Meanwhile, over here... Is there anything? Oh, we could go Vicious Blows. Vicious Blows can be upgraded. So what do we have? Is this 7 experience here? Yep, 7 experience. I will happily take all of these. Alright, so this is what we're looking at right now. But we need to make room for it. So, get to put these back. So yeah, the next scenario is part of the reason why I ended up restarting, because it was so combat heavy. I mean, you could probably just let part of the majority of the town get burned to the ground, but I don't like doing that. So, all right, what are we going to replace? I think at this point I'm going to replace. Well, first I have to replace the vicious blows because those are getting upgraded. So vicious blow. We can go ahead and start getting these off out of the deck again. There we go. Okay, we already have the chair's keepsake's been taken out. We got vicious blow here. All right, what else can we get rid of? The resourceful we would rather keep. Probably get rid of the long shots. It's either that or I get rid of the stunning blows. I think I'll get rid of the stunning blows at this point. I'm not so desperate for evading anymore. All right, what else can we get? At this point, I think I've just been kind of enduring the mythos, so maybe I should just drop the Sparrow. Actually, we're going to drop the Let Me Handle This. Yeah, I think I'll drop the Let Me Handle This. So there we go. All offense all the time. So deck should be, yeah, 32. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 experience. All damage all the time. Okay. The other thing we can upgrade, of course, is the let me look what I found. But for right now, I think we're okay. All right, and then we have this stuff here. So, cryptic researches and a savant. Yeah, this through the gates is going to kill me. So definitely going to replace one of the plan of action, the remaining plan of action. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the lucky cigarette case. It's a good card, but I think I got a new idea for how to handle. Like I was thinking about using Shadow Lace because obviously you can have multiple relics out without needing Relic Hunter, but you can actually do something else with this. You can actually use this for soak and then actually use the Elder Sign to get it out over and over again. Granted, I don't expect to draw the Elder Sign that much, but it's the thought that counts. I'm going to get rid of 1 Grim Memoir, and I think that's what we're going with. Yep, I think that's going to be what we're going with. So that's going to be, yeah, 8, 9 experience, dropping 1 Grim Memoirs, getting rid of like a cigarette case, getting rid of a plan of action. So we now have Savant and 2 Cryptic Researches, and that should maximize our card draw. I mean, Lucky Cigarette Case probably does more over time, but I don't have to spend the round and resources to get it out, which is the most important part. All right, and I don't know what I'm dragging this for. We got 2 supplies of food left, and I should have 37 cards? Yeah, because I have a new weakness. All right, so far so good. Moment of Truth is going to be the next scenario because that one is pretty rough. There's one part about it that kind of upsets me for the next one. It's overall a pretty fun, interesting scenario, but there's an enemy and how it functions with the mechanics that I generally don't like. But everything else about it so far, at least from what I've seen, I haven't done it fully, is pretty interesting and pretty fun. I'm hoping that now that I have Audrey have a way to actually kill enemies, that she'll be able to help out a lot better instead of just kind of sitting there and hoping to God that Moko gets around to fighting the various sides. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Duo. This is Arkham Horror, the card game. This was Darkham Horror, Blind Leading the Blind, and next we'll be doing Wolves at the Door. See you guys next time.